If you want to know how much a property is making on Airbnb, check this out. If you go to Airbnb.com and search for a property, you click on it and you go to its calendar. Click on the calendar to see any crossed out dates over the next 60 days and check to see how many bedrooms it has. Next, click on the weekends and see what its weekend rate is. Write that down. Do the same thing for its weekday rates. Write that down. And next, you need to understand how occupancy works when you do your math. A property does not have to be 100% occupied over the next 60 days for it to become 100% occupied by today, which is the last day it can get booked. So what you want to do is look at target occupancy levels. If a building has 4 or more bedrooms, you want to see that it is more than 50% occupied over the next 60 days. 3 bedrooms, you want 40% occupancy, 2 bedroom, 30% occupancy, and a 1 bedroom or studio, 15% occupancy, as long as those dates are actually close to today. Now let's do some math. I want you to give this listing 100% of its asking price for all the weekends when you write this down to total up what the revenue for the month is. Then do the same thing for 10 of their weekday days, give them full rate. Then for another 7 days, give them their weekday rate with 40% off as a 40% discount, and then 2 more weekday days at a 60% discount. Now this is assuming that this host actually does a little bit of dynamic pricing to get to near 100% occupancy. So now a listing that has a $200 weekend and a $100 weekday, we're gonna put $400 per weekend, so that's $1,600. We're gonna give them $1,000 for 10 weekdays. We're gonna give them 60 times 7, which is I think like $420, right guys? So we're adding $420 and then 40 times 2, that's $80 more. So we're giving them $1,500 plus their weekends, which is $1,600. This listing with a $200 weekend and a $100 weekday price is probably roughly getting about $3,100 a month for that listing. Now, if a property doesn't fit that minimum occupancy, the 50, 40, 30, and then 15-ish% that we talked about earlier in this video, what I want you to do is take off 5 full price weekdays and round that down. And so now this is going to be your range. The top end is $3,100 for this listing roughly, and then deduct $500 for this listing if they're not quite hitting their occupancy goals. And this is how I do my market research when trying to assume or deduce what people are making on Airbnb.